What's up, ladies and gentlemen? If you're here live, welcome. If you're watching the recording, welcome. BC here. Wanted to do a quick live stream before we hop into the end of Friday and into the weekend. A couple of quick announcements for you. I have a personal development event that I'm going to be releasing very soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm also doing the Massive Momentum Summit, which will be in about 2 weeks. That event is already available for free for you on teambcevents.com. Grab your ticket, right? We'll be streaming that. It's going to be a virtual summit. I have guest speakers. It's going to be amazing. As always, if you need any help from me, you can schedule a strategy session. Go to bryancasella.com, sign up for the coaching or anything else you might be interested in. Chat with us, and we'll take it from there. Okay. So I named this particular live "How the Evolution of Society, Evolution in quotes, is destroying you," and this is what I'm referring to. I'm not here to be a Debbie Downer and all that stuff, right? Because we've made tremendous strides as mankind, right? But I'm pointing specifically to how it relates to you and your process and your growth and your development as a human being, okay? As an example, right? Many of you who follow me are entrepreneurs. You're salespeople. You're now expected as an individual, as a brand, as a business, to go out there and get attention. Okay, yet when you look at coming up through school and everything you were taught, it bred into you the opposite. Even socially in school, you wanted to fit in. You were made fun of if you stood out, right? So that already becomes a clash. Now, how has that evolved, in quotes, right? Well, look at the world today. Think about movies that came out 20, 25, 30 years ago that were comedies. Fucking hilarious. Nobody took it seriously. Nobody took offense to it. We all laughed. We had a good time. I mean, fucking classics, dude. Classic movies. Like old Adam Sandler movies for me are hilarious. Big Daddy, Happy Gilmore. I could watch those over and over. I can't name you moving to the modern era outside of Straight Outta Compton, which, because I'm a huge fan of like old West Coast rap. You guys know I'm from LA. I moved to Miami. And that was what, 2015 when that movie came out? Outside of that, in the last 15, 20, I can't tell you if I've gone to the movies or not and been excited about a new movie. Imagine if those movies from 20, 25 years ago came out now. Well, what's changed? Our culture. Everyone gets offended, right? Everybody has to walk on eggshells. You can't say anything anymore. Even greeting people can be offensive now, right? So now you look at, again, the individual, the entrepreneur, the salesperson. Now they're like, man, I can't even say anything or post anything. So we already had people who were afraid to put their brand out there, possibly because of social reasons, right? Being a little bit uncomfortable, the normal stuff. Now you're adding on another layer of resistance for people. And individuals start to wonder why it's so hard for them to navigate like the current society and things like that. Now you add on like censorship and all that, which I've dealt with heavily over the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, they just absolutely destroyed all my platforms. Now, I'm okay with it. I'm one of those like lone rangers that will stand on the hill and die on it. I don't care. I'm not going to sell out for money or anything like that. And you know that if you've been following me for a while. I don't care. But now put me to the side. Look at the average person who might want to speak up, put their name out there, go on social media, raise their hand, stand their ground, whatever it is. Even in like a one-on-one situation, they won't do it. How does this translate as an entrepreneur? Well, now, guess what? When you need to confront your customer with the reality, you'll hesitate. You won't do it because you're afraid of offending somebody. When the truth is the truth, man, and the truth needs to be said. So I'm the type that I'm going to stand by that and say, well, I don't care if the truth offends you or makes you uncomfortable. The truth is the truth. It's not said in a way to be offensive. If you took offense to it, that's your problem. You see, this evolution in quotes is a lack of adults and human beings taking responsibility and understanding that the world isn't built around them. And we need to have a serious conversation about this. If you don't like something, look the other way. Don't engage. Don't follow them on social media. Why do we have to in person yell, cause a scene, or online write these long ass fucking comments? Like, what are you doing? Can you not take responsibility as an adult and say, hey, not everybody has to do everything to my liking. It's okay to not like someone or not like something. Welcome to the real world. Right? Now, I'm giving you these things so you can start to free yourself from the shackles of this mentally. This is why I can move through the world and life so uninhibited and happy and fulfilled, regardless of what people think around me. God, and let me tell you, it's beautiful when you're not walking on eggshells, when you're not worried about what people say, when you'll represent your brand online and yourself the way that you truly want to do it, dress how you want to dress, speak like you want to speak, learn what you want to learn, read the books that you want to read, and not be ashamed or any of that other stuff. Because again, even before the censorship, people always had some shit to say about what I was doing, how I dressed, what I studied, and all that stuff. And that's fine. I don't care, nor will I ever. But this isn't about me. This is about you. When are you going to step into that and put your feet to the fire and grab the bull by the horns and understand that none of this is going to change unless we all start to change and we all start to say, you know what? No, we're not going to do that. Like being honest with people. We can't even, if somebody objectively speaking now, this is our society right now. If somebody's objectively overweight, we can't even acknowledge the truth now because it's offensive and hurtful and dangerous for us to say something. And we've created this whole like body positivity thing. Like, what? Are you kidding me? So we can't even just acknowledge the truth anymore? So now I'm the asshole. Even if I wanted to help somebody and give them tips, I can't say anything now because it offends the other person. Now, I know a lot of people agree with me. We're just not the ones screaming and shouting. However, things are changing because nobody says anything. Meaning now they want us to conform to that type of stuff, which is just absolute insanity. And I never will. I never will. You're not going to force or bully me or push me to do something that goes against what I want to do. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. If you want to try to, please go ahead. Right? Even before I moved from LA to Florida to Miami, they try to box me in with some of these things with all the medical madness going on. I never subjected myself to that or ever gave in. Even if my employing broker at the time was going to try to force me in that time to get the V word, I can't even say it, I wouldn't have done it. I would have left everything. I would have given up everything to not do it and exercise my choice as a human being to live how I want to live. I'm not a threat to anybody. I'm not endangering anybody. Oh, well, going back to the first example, right? Oh, you're hurting somebody's feelings. And so I'm supposed to not say anything and hurt my own existence because it offends somebody. It doesn't make any sense. Now, again, giving you all these examples, right? But look how it shows up. And as an example, the person listening, your inability to take action or do something. Because somebody might make a comment or somebody might get offended. So you're going to sacrifice your own well-being, your own ambition, your own business, your own ability to produce because it may affect someone else who has no right to even complain about that because they won't take responsibility as an adult for their feelings. Make that make sense. It just doesn't. So this has become like a psychological attack like on everybody where everybody zips it. Nobody says anything. We have these fake surface level conversations. I mean, it's just absolute insanity. And forget the societal part. I'm talking about how specifically it affects you. And I say it's destroying you because it is. I mean, look, most people are on antidepressants and medication and right. We're always talking about mental health now. You never heard that 10, 15, 20 years ago. So something that's changing is causing that in individuals. Now, me being on the opposite end of that spectrum or opposite extreme where like I'm super happy and good all the time and like I'm not dealing with demons in my head and all that stuff. I look at that and sometimes I feel sorry for those individuals, but this is one of the mechanisms that they need to work on. Now, when you start to step away from this, the backlash occurs, the resistance occurs, the pressure occurs because no one wants you to step away like that. I mean, look at school. When you wanted to stand out, you were made fun of. You're supposed to just get in line with us and be a part of the group. Don't be an individual. You can't do that. There must be something wrong with you, right? So you dealt with it as a kid. But now as an adult, it's extremely important that you learn to do those things. Otherwise, you will always conform. You will never dare to do anything great. You will never speak your mind. You will never become a great communicator. You will never push your fulfillment and your potential as a human being to the max. And you will just suffer. Because something, an institution, an individual, an organization outside of you is governing how you live, how you think, and how you operate. And that does not make sense. You can't regulate how I think. Can you imagine? I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 20 years they now try to regulate your thoughts. Oh, you had an impure thought, you're going to jail. Like, what? I have the ability to think whatever the hell I want. Now we have common law and all these things that we all live with together. And again, you can't harm people, right? Stuff like that. I get it. I'm in agreement with that. But I can think whatever I want, technically. That's what has allowed me to come from an immigrant family and become the first millionaire and multimillionaire in my family's existence and family history ever, because of my ability to think. Had I forfeited that, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in, because I would have never dared to think that. Because, whoa, you can't think that. That's crazy. Whether personal belief system and philosophies, whether career or anything else, lifestyle, relationships, I'm just supposed to do what everybody else does and fall in line? No. But more and more, even reality, even truth is being attacked more and more, and we're getting farther away from it. Why do you think mental illness is on the rise? I mean, there's a direct fucking correlation there. And I'm not speaking about in general. Again, I'm saying this about you. The more you live with truth and reality and alignment, and you go against some of these things that society is pushing on you and has been, it's just getting more extreme in the recent years, man, you'll have peace, tranquility, fulfillment. You'll be good. You're not harming anybody. You're doing your thing. You can exercise your ambition, your creativity, and just what you have as a human being to its full potential. And that's all I've done. I've uncovered more of that. I've gotten back to that. I haven't added anything. I just stripped away more nonsense. You need to get around more people that do that, like me and other people that I'm sure are exercising this at a higher level, who dare to rage against the machine, whatever you want to call it, right? Who dare to stand alone. I'm willing to stand alone, and I have for a long time. No one's come to save me. Did anybody, even who follows me, come to me and offer me money or be a saving grace when I got censored? No. Oh, well, I feel sorry, and it sucks that you got censored. Yeah, but again, I'm standing alone and willing to die alone. I don't need anybody to come help. But no one's even willing to do that. So ask yourself, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to have fingers pointed at you? Are you willing to dare to be great? Because that's what it's going to take. I'll have the conversation with somebody who opposes me about this stuff. No problem. At any level, in any capacity, let's do it. I will be rational. I will be logical. And almost always, they yell, they scream, they kick, they lie, they say a bunch of shit, or they just don't show up. Because communication is always the answer, at least with me. And that's something I've studied for a long time and dedicated myself to. So as far as communication, those people aren't going to beat me, because this is what I do. You can arm yourself with the same thing. Isn't it cool to be able to stand alone against people, have all this hate and criticism, be censored, be deplatformed, and still have a smile on your face and still be mega successful? That doesn't intrigue anybody as much as it intrigues me. Now, I knew this would be the result because I believe in myself and my skills and everything I have to do, and I know I stand with the truth. But do this few people actually desire that, and they're willing to take that jump? I mean, it just blows my mind, because this stuff happening is because nobody says anything and everybody just conforms with it. It's nuts. And no one raises their hand. Most people don't, that even oppose it. You're weak. You're a coward if that's you. You are. If you're willing to sell yourself out for a little bit of money, you're a coward. If you're not willing to voice that 2 + 2 = 4 because you're scared of backlash, you're a coward and you're weak. I mean, there's no other way around it. Now, if you make that admission and then it's like, okay, I don't want to be weak anymore, then you can make the change. Right? But just want to leave you guys with some thoughts here, because again, you have the regular resistance and blocks and challenges that come up when you want to change your life. Now we're adding a whole other variable, a new one that cripples people even more. And if you can't get past it, it's going to be even tougher. It's already challenging as it is, but this adds another layer of difficulty and challenge. And if you're not willing to deal with this one, well, the other one is going to crush you for sure. Okay. So you guys need anything? I have all the links below. Reach out. Have a good weekend. We'll see you. Peace.